welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the slasher film Thanksgiving. Now this is directed by Eli Roth and it's based on the fake Thanksgiving trailer that Eli Roth directed himself in Grindhouse from 2007. It's actually based on that particular film, and this is the third film based on a mock trailer that was featured in Grindhouse. Now the film stars Patrick Dempsey. You also have Addison Rae, Milo Manheim, Jalen Thomas Brooks, and so on. I'm not going to go into every single person, but I'm just going to touch on a few of the actors that are in the film. Now this film is set in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and in 2022 Thanksgiving, this event happens where they're having a Black Friday, and they have it at this store. It's kind of I guess you could say a generic Walmart, but it's called Right Mart. And this incident happens there, this tragic, with all the crowds rushing into the store and everything. People are getting killed and crushed and ran over and so on. So the next year, the year after this happens, it's around Thanksgiving again in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and somebody's going around killing people who were involved in the incident at the Black Friday incident that happened in the Right Mart. So yeah, that's basically what the film is about, and I must admit it was pretty entertaining. I must admit I thought it had some flaws, and the ending I felt kind of was rushed, they just rushed everything, like they wanted to finish the film off. But other than that, I thought it was still a pretty decent and entertaining film. Now Patrick Dempsey, he plays the sheriff known as Eric Newland, and you also have Neil Beverlocki, I think that's how you pronounce it. She plays Jessica. Now I guess you could look at Jessica kind of as the protagonist of the film. You also have the friends of hers Addison Rae as Gabby, Jalen Thomas Brooks as Bobby. Like I said, I can go on and on for all the various different characters in the film, but you can tell they're just really there they be I guess you could say kind of filler for the film. You don't really have a big or strong interest in these particular people. They're there to basically be killed off and so on, you can tell. And then you have the killer himself, the serial killer, himself, they call him John Carver, so he's the one going around killing people and everything like that. I like the look of him. He looks pretty cool and stuff, because he wears a John Carver mask too as well. Plus his outfit is kind of cool looking. He kills with various different types of weapons, axes, I think a sledgehammer, all kind of different stuff. I don't want to spoil the film. But I thought he was a pretty cool looking killer, for the film itself. Now the film, I must admit, does have a lot of humor in it too as well. It can be very hilarious at times, even how brutal some of the kills and murders be, when people getting their heads chopped off or torsos ripped in half. It can be very kind of silly, but it still does keep the serious horror flair to the film. It never gets too over the top where it's funny, but the kills themselves and everything, they're over the top. They're very brutal and bloody, I was mentioning before, where they got heads or decapitations and all that kind of stuff. It is very brutal and bloody, very over the top. Plus, I like the vibe of the film. It does feel I guess you could say a 90s or even a 80s type slasher film. I think that's pretty cool. But what makes it a modern slasher film is we have all of the technology where they all the social media stuff involved in the film, where they're texting on their phone and so on and everything like that. And you can tell that John Carver himself too is intellectual, because he is I guess you could say seeking revenge. I'm not gonna spoil who it was and all anything like that. But overall, like I said, it was a pretty tight film. I thought it had a good pace to it, but once it got kind of towards the end of the film, I felt it was kind of rushed, it was they was trying to finish it off. But it was still pretty cool. It is moments where it can be kind of tense, when Carver's chasing victims and so on. It's very tense, and so on. But other than that, it was decent. It was pretty intense, better than I thought. I still felt this film was kind of a C. I kind of want to give it a C. But I was saying, I really did kind of enjoy it more than it was a fun ride. If you're looking for a good slasher film, I would definitely recommend it. So I'm gonna give it a B-. And yeah, I think Thanksgiving, it was much better than I thought, And you can tell that I just leave it down and spoil the film and so on. And I was I wasn't surprised at who the killer turned out to be, but I was kind of suspecting who the killer was. It wasn't really a surprise. It was a surprise, but I was kind of already feeling that particular person was probably the killer. But anyway, I'm giving this a B-. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.